Hello, and welcome back to Butterfly Soup 2. Last time, there was drama last time. Last time, Akarsha got the bouquet of flowers and was, already trying to figure out who gave it to her. Well, we've put Akarsha aside for now, because now we're with Diya. I left you on a cliffhanger, a little romance cliffhanger. Meh, we are with Min. But most importantly, we found out that Diya's mom, we met Diya's mom, and we had the whole, don't hang around Min. She's a little freako, and if she coughs on you, you'll become a little freako too, with her impure thoughts of a 3rd grader. Because, that's a very normal way of thinking about children, right? Very, very normal. Very normal, not brain rotted at all. I don't know, there's so many people who think, there's a contagion, or oh my god, if we see 2 women kissing for 1 second in the Lightyear movie, it will turn all of the children gay. Yes, this is the gay agenda. What are we doing? What are we doing with our lives? Anyway, whatever. We're not gonna get that rant. You ready to get started? You ready to have some romance? Let's go. Romance. It's a little not the best place, like a locker room. But, whatever. When you're in high school, it's hard to find moments alone, I suppose. Nah. Min pushes Diya back against the locker room wall, kissing her again and again. Wow, this is great! They break apart, both panting for air. A pleasant shiver runs down Diya's spine as Min grins sharply at her. Oh, you like this, don't you? Diya is too embarrassed to admit it, so she just nods, her cheeks blazing. You don't need to be shy. It's just me. Min is dangerous. Min is too composed. That's dangerous, Nick. Dangerous. It would have been over. It would have been over if I went to school with a Min. It would have been over for me. Dead. I feel like I absolutely can't say it aloud, though. Sorry. Min presses a kiss from her to her cheek and whispers in her ear, voice low. Diya can feel her smiling, her breath warm on her cheek. It's okay. You're so cute when you're like this. I almost can't stand it. It's so surreal dating a friend you've had a crush on forever. Sometimes I get scared that us getting together was just a dream, and when I wake up, we'll just be friends again. Oh, but it's real. Somehow a miracle happened, and now I'm her girlfriend. So pure. Min holds Diya's hand as they wait for their rides home. No one knows about us except the baseball club, and maybe the workers at the dessert place we had our first date. Yeah, I'm sure they know. Yo. So we end up kissing in the locker room a lot because the lockers block the view and you can hear if other people walk in. But it's still fun. I love spending time with Min. She can almost even make me forget I have a presentation tomorrow in biology. Assignments that make you talk in front of the class should be outlawed. I agree. I feel like I wouldn't have to eat as many Tums as I did over the course of my life if there was no presentation. What's wrong? You look worried about something. You can tell. Of course I can. What kind of girlfriend would I be if I couldn't even tell if something was bothering you? This face, face? I can't deal with that either. What kind of, how do you have this level of swag as a freaking teenager? I don't know, but congratulations, I suppose. No brain power, but all of this, I guess. Charisma? There are people who are like that, I suppose, Nick. You're like a mind reader. Psychic. Nah, I just know you. You got all tense and quiet. So what's up? If someone's bothering you, I'll kill them. No questions asked. You should probably at least ask 1 or 2 questions. Killing people is wrong. Okay, then if someone's bothering you, I'll be really mean to them. So who is it? It isn't anyone. It's just that my group presentation is tomorrow in biology. Oh, that PowerPoint you've been working on with Akarsha and Noel? Diya nods. We're supposed to elaborate on what we put on our slides. But I get so nervous in front of everyone that I blank out. What's there to be nervous about? You know all the stuff, don't you? Even if I know all the facts in my head, I just can't improvise at all. That's why you have to remember everything you're going to say before you say it. That was me. Group presentation, I memorized every single word that I was going to say, and then I just say it with no life, with no soul. And then as you can see, the next paragraph is, like that. That's what I did. I got through all my presentations. It's hard to string words together on the spot. I always have to write out everything I'm going to say word for word before I had to memorize it. What'd I tell you? See, Diya is me. I wish I was Diya. Maybe some of it is true. A little bit. Their conversation is abruptly cut short when a beige sedan turns the corner into the school. Oh, wait. My mom's here! She picks me up after baseball club if it ends late enough for her to be done with work. I'll hide. Okay, I was gonna say, how does this work? Bye! Min roughly pulls Diya close for one last kiss before dashing out of sight. Woo! Diya tries to slow her shaky breathing to a normal pace. I'm calm. I need to look normal. This would be hard. This would be hard. Nah, this would be hard. Diya gets uncharacteristically clumsy after making out with Min, like a dog who's still woozy after surgery. She staggers over to her mom's car as it pulls up to the curb. I'm scared of how my mom will react if she finds out I'm talking to Min again, let alone that I'm dating her. So it's a secret for now. Yeah, I think that's best. I think that's best. I think if your mom doesn't even want you to freaking talk to this person, that you don't tell. You don't tell until maybe you moved out. Then it doesn't really matter as much. When you're living under the roof and you're a teen, better not to say anything if you feel like it's gonna really go sideways. Diya reaches for the door handle, misses, and slams her hand directly into the side of the car. What's the matter with you? Nothing. Diya hastily puts the door open and gets into the passenger seat, trying to look natural. How was your day at school? Okay. On the radio, a woman sings to a catchy beat. I'm curious for you, caught my attention. I kissed it. Oh god, do you remember the freaking Katy Perry shenanigans of this? I kissed a girl and I liked it. What the? Did she really just say that? The taste of her cherry chopstick. Am I gonna get... No, I probably won't. I'm too small. But you know, even if you say the lyrics to a thing, you can get copyright stricken for that. I just want to point that out into the world. I kissed a girl just to try it. Is she allowed to say that on the radio? Doesn't break any laws? God, the times were so different, yo. In some ways, we have progressed and evolved as a society in a way that I really like and I'm glad for. But on the other hand, there's a lot of garbaggio still going on that makes me feel like in some ways we progressed a lot, and in some ways we went back and did a lot of dumb stuff, so it's kind of uncomfortable. Diya shifts uncomfortably in her seat as her mom frowns at the lyrics. I kissed a girl. What kind of terrible song is this? Disgusted, Diya's mom changes the station. I remember though, that was a freaking big deal. That song was a big deal for a lot of people. Like, in a bad way. Like, a lot of moms are upset about it. You know how in the movies superheroes have to hide their identity to their families? I'm doing that in real life all the time. The other day, I saw Akarsha and her mom at Safeway. She was so outgoing. She even told me about the biology project you're working on together. I didn't even know you were doing a project until Akarsha said so. Okay, should I go on a rant? No, I'll make it a tiny rant. I don't like it when parents act a fool. They act a fool. They act a fool. They are mean to your friends. They say crazy things that are really hateful. And then the kid does not say anything to the parent. The parent's like, oh my god, you never tell me anything. And it's like, mom, when I did say something, then you're like, oh, Min's a little freak. Don't let her breathe on you. Blah, blah, blah. And now you want me to be just saying everything when you're gonna be so hateful about stuff? No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that, okay? I don't like that. Anyway, you guys have Safeway? You guys have Safeway? I think that's a national thing, right? We don't have many Safeways down here. In Northern California, they're everywhere. No, Safeway. Safeway, man. Why can't you be more like her? I like knowing things about you. If Akarsha was her daughter, she'd disown her for being bi. Not that she'd know that. I never really know how to fill the silence when I'm with my mom. I don't know what I can talk with her about. Because that's the other thing. I feel like the parent always throw the child under the bus. Okay, I'm talking maybe really generalization, because it's not every parent. And my mom was not really like this, so... But I see it a lot. I see it a lot that happens, and it makes me crazy. Because it's like the parents have no... hold on. Maybe that one time that Billy got really quiet after I went on a lecture about how gay people are horrible... Then maybe I should tone it down a little. There's no self-reflection and thinking about how maybe the way you said stuff or what you said to your kid was really dismissive or really hurtful. They're just like, Billy's so quiet. Why is he like that? That's something wrong with him. Girl, think about your actions. That's all I had to say about that. You know, think about your actions. She loves me, but she comes from such a different time and culture that talking to her feels kind of unpredictable. Sometimes she'll surprise me by getting upset over something I didn't expect would cause problems at all. So my safest bet most of the time is just to stay quiet. Cause I think you can voice concern without, like, kind of shaming your child, too. You know what I mean? It's difficult, and there's different ways to parent, but I don't like it when people do this. It makes me mad. It's annoying how she's raised me to be afraid of talking, yet expects me to magically turn out like a child who was raised normally. That night, Diya tosses and turns in bed, anxious about her presentation the next day. I wish I could time travel to this time tomorrow after the biology presentation is already over. This is so me. This is me. I think about these kind of things all the time. Like, in 24 hours, my life will be so much better when X is done. I think about this, like, all the time. That is how I think about things. I need to stop thinking about this. It's making my mind race. I can't relax enough to sleep. Diya checks her alarm clock. It's midnight already, and I need to wake up at 7 tomorrow. I need to fall asleep right now, or else I'll get less than 7 hours of sleep. This was another screen crap, I think. This is me. I do this all the time. Like, usually it's like, oh god, I need to fall asleep immediately. Like, right now. If I don't, I'm only gonna get 4 hours of sleep, and then I get less than 4 hours of sleep. A mess. A mess. Count sheep. No. Take deep, calming breaths. Sometimes works. Sometimes works. Depends on how where you're at. Imagine being hugged by Min. We're gonna do this one because it's the most romantic. You know me. Sometimes when I can't sleep, I fantasize that Min is hugging me and saying nice things to me. Usually this works. This is so sweet. Oh. Diya hugs herself with one arm and squeezes her eyes shut. Min is holding me really close and telling me I'm going to fall asleep in her arms. And she's stroking my side with her hand. Hands. Primates. Primates have hands too? What are we doing? And their thumbs are opposable like panda's thumbs. Oh, panda thumbs are opposable? These similar features are called analogous structures. Oh, we're relating it to biology. Shoot, I started thinking about the presentation again. Forget the presentation, just think about Min. Min is holding me really tight and saying nice things to me. And we're all alone together. It's just the two of us. Two birds and bats are groups of that evolve flight independently. You gotta stop it. You gotta stop it. Diya keeps trying to imagine Min comforting her without getting sidetracked, but after an hour, she's more awake and frustrated than ever. There's so much anxious energy pent up in my body, I feel like running a marathon. Maybe if I release all that energy, I can finally doze off. Where are you gonna go? It's like 1 o'clock in the morning, Leo. Oh my god. Diya frantically starts doing sit-ups in bed. See, this is where the relatability ends, with me and you. After a few sets, she switches to doing jumping jacks in the middle of her room. Yeah! Become tired! After several minutes of frenzied exercise, Diya lies back down in her bed, her heart pounding. Phew! Hopefully that didn't just make me even more awake. Did that wake up your parents? Jumping jacks are kind of loud, right? Well, are they? I don't know. I don't really do them. Diya warily checks her clock again. Oh, it's this one! This is the one that was the screen cap. It's 2 in the morning! I need to fall asleep right now so I can get at least 5 hours of sleep! Diya ends up lying awake for a few more hours. Just as the sun becomes coming up, she loses consciousness from sheer exhaustion. Oh, the worst alarm sound. After what feels like a few minutes of sleep, the alarm goes off. Stop it, make it stop! Oh. I hate alarm noises. I hate alarm noises. Everything about them is upsetting to me. Diya hits all her alarms without even bothering to open her eyes. I don't feel rested at all. Barely got any sleep. Her morning routine includes lying in bed for 10 minutes thinking about how tired she is. Do it. No. I'm so anxious I feel like I'm gonna explode. I don't have biology till 5th period. Oh my god. That's the worst. That's the worst. So I'm going to be stewing in this dread for hours. 10 minutes pass like this. Finally, Diya drags herself out of bed and steels herself for the terrifying day ahead. Akarsha messaged me. That normally means she's on her way to my house. Check. Hey, Diya. Nose. What is this? Sonic OCs. Oh god. What is that? I googled Diya the Hedgehog and that's what came up. Really? Diya has gone offline. How could she act so normal on a day like this? I wish I was all outgoing and good at talking like her. See, I think this is the other thing. That in high school, that's all you do. You go, oh, if only I was like A or B or C person, then it would be so much better. And then person A is like, oh my god, if only I was like her. And we all do it. We all do it. We all don't see any positive parts of ourselves. And we only think, oh, it would be so much better if I was like this, you know? And then you learn. Yeah, everyone feels like that. And it's okay. But it's a real struggle. Diya goes outside. Yo, ready to blow everyone out of the water with our amazing group presentation? No. At least you have a friend with you, though. It's worse to be with people that you don't even really know, and don't want to work, and then you also don't want to do the presentation. It's hard. Diya nervously slides off, forcing Akarsha to jog to keep up with her. Hey, hold your horses. I would literally do more work on the group presentation, and I would cut deals. So I would be like, I will do like 2/3 of the project if you two don't like speak more than me. If we can work that and it wouldn't like affect my grade. That's how I would do it. Slow down. Some of us have average legs, you know. Miss Long Legs. Or should I say, Daddy Long Legs. Don't call me that. You're so cold to me, bro. I'm dying here. Why would you die if you can't call me Daddy Long Legs? Weirdo. So dark and cloudy today. Think it's gonna rain. Hey, Diya. What do you think? Huh? What do you think, huh? I wish real life had captions like TV. No clue what anyone's ever saying to me. What? What do you think happens? Oh wait, sorry, I forgot about your ear. Akarsha switches to Diya's other side so she can hear her over the sound of traffic. What do you think happens to a Teletubby when its screen gets destroyed? It dies. It dies. It dies! It dies. It'd be like punching it yeah, exactly! It'd be like punching it in the heart or something. It dies. Damn, that's dark. It's true. Think about it. Think about it, Akarsha. You asked. I don't know. Screens are so fragile, though. If it's that important, you'd think the Teletubbies would have evolved a ribcage over it or something to protect it. Ew. Ew. But they can't. They couldn't have seen what's on the screens if they were covered. They should create a glass dome. Like a strong fiberglass dome. They can still see it, but then it's protected. Extra protection. Like a cell phone case. Something like that. Must be like why our eyes don't have bones over them, even though they're delicate. Yeah, exactly. We wouldn't be able to see. Whoa. You might be onto something. You should become a scientist. A Teletubby scientist. I doubt the world really needs Teletubby scientists. As Diya and Akarsha arrive at school, Diya feels something cold and wet drop onto her shoulder. It's raining! Gah! I'm heading inside. The rain! Akarsha scurries off as the rain picks up. Soon torrents of water are pelting on the ground. I still need to get my things from my locker. Go, 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 go! Noelle is hunched over in front of their shared locker and frowning at its contents. Good morning. We need to remove our books from the locker or they'll get soaked in the rain. Oh no. Won't the roof overhang block it? No, look at it. The wind's blowing the rain inward. Yeah, we're even getting damp standing here right now. Diya takes a mini travel umbrella from her backpack and opens it. As Diya diligently holds it over the two of them, Noelle holds her daily water bottle out to her without looking. Also, can you open this water bottle? Yeah. Diya holds the umbrella with one hand and grabs the water bottle with the other. Don't have enough hands to open it. Hold the umbrella under your arm like that. That's what I do. Diya carefully balances the water bottle on top of Noelle's head as she continues pulling her library books from their locker. Okay. I mean, that's a choice. Diya grips the bottle's cap with her index finger and thumb while pressing the bottle down on Noelle's head with the rest of her hand. She managed to twist it open without spilling any of the water. That's good. Whew! I'm pretty proud of myself for pulling that off. She closes the cap and gives it back to Noelle as she slots the last of her novels into her book bag. Thank you. I finished rescuing all my water-sensitive items. It's your turn. Diya peers into her and Noelle's shared locker. I want to look at the snacks. Out of curiosity, Diya checks what Noelle has for lunch today. Rice porridge. Noelle really likes this. I shouldn't eat it. I don't have much of an appetite today anyway. Deeper in the lunchbox, there's a Ziploc bag of neatly peeled apple slices. They're gonna get all brown by lunch, though. Thoughtful of your mom to do that. Do what? Peel the apple and slice it. Most people just eat them whole. I guess she has to show me she loves me somehow. That's an Asian parent thing for real. I think that's an Asian parent thing for real. If you get in a fight with your parents or something, and then they realize maybe they were wrong, then you suddenly get fruit. Peeled fruit. Cut fruit with a little toothpick in them. Then here, or like knock knock, here's a snack. It's like, oh, that's mom saying she's sorry. That's a real ass thing. Trust and believe. That's a real thing. Fruit, and sometimes with my mom, tomatoes. There's expensive tomatoes. Sometimes If my mom feels like, then she'll buy me these expensive tomato. Oh, I bought a bag of those tomato you like. Mm-hmm. You gotta read between the lines sometimes. Since she lacks the emotional maturity to communicate it through words, she's left it to express through actions. Funny, that sounds like someone else I know. Are you insinuating I'm the same as her? Maybe. I wish I could deny it. Does your mother do the same thing too? Where after you have an argument, instead of apologizing, she just leaves you a plate later for to eat? I told you! I told you! I told you! I thought it was just my mom who did that. It's literally like across, it doesn't matter. It's not just Japanese mom. It's not just like a Chinese mom. It's like an Asian mom. Always do this. Why? I don't know. And my grandma does it too. It must be an immigrant mother thing. My mom is not immigrant though, but my mom does it. And my grandma is not immigrant either. I think it's just an Asian thing. I think it's just an Asian thing. Passed down through the generation, eh? Yes, wait. Every child in this story has immigrant parents? Or no? I don't remember Min's situation. But we know for sure Akarsha, and we know for sure Diya, and Noelle too, right? Because that's what she said. So they're all, yeah. Best stuff. Diya slips her books and binders into her backpack. What is this? A Valentine's Day card. It's a Valentine's Day card Min made for me this year. I want to see. Every time I see it, I feel happy. You still haven't taken that home? Oh, you can take it home. I'm paranoid my parents will find it if I do. Yeah. Min said a lot of stuff in it. Even if she were a boy, I don't think they'd be okay with it. I see. Guess I have to move it out of the locker or it'll get soaked and wrinkly though. Diya carefully slips it into her binder's inside pocket. Speaking of Valentine's Day, how's Akarsha's investigation of her secret admirer going? Awful, and by that I mean wonderful. She's utterly lost. Her list of suspects include a random guy in her history class, a sophomore she's never uttered a word to before, and even the lunch lady who once gave her 2 slices of pizza that were stuck together instead of one. Wow. We really can keep this up every Valentine's Day without her realizing it's us. Yes, as long as we don't accidentally let it slip at some point. Look at the resin. This resin is for string instruments. It's the first time Noelle showed it to me, I tried to eat it. Why do you have this anyway? You only play piano. It's the same kind Akarsha uses. She plays the cello in her orchestra class. I didn't know. Cello and Akarsha. That makes sense. I see it. I feel it. It makes sense. Sometimes you just know. Like, you look at me and you know I played the flute before in my life. You know. Because I am totally like a flute girl. You know how, if you played instrument, you've been in orchestra, you've been in band, you know what's up. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Hopefully. Probably. Whenever she drops and cracks the one she's using, she leaves it in her locker, and I secretly replace it with an identical copy. How do you get in her locker? I figured out her locker combination. Can't she just tell it's just new resin? No, I always scratch up the top and make it look worn so it's identical to the one she dropped. Noelle, girl, this is the third one. By now she's convinced her resin has self-healing abilities. Noelle goes to such lengths just to mess with Akarsha sometimes. I don't really know what to make of it. I would say something. Like, you really like her, don't you? Or something like that. I would say that. I am that kind of person, though. Okay, we already looked in the lunchbox. Let's go home. Not go home. Let's go to class. I'm ready to head to class when you are. Wish I could just head home and go to bed. Especially when it's raining. That's the worst. Diya loves the sound of rain when she's indoors, especially the drum of water on metal. Unfortunately, today she's so consumed with dread over her presentation that she's totally unable to enjoy it. Her next few hours pass in a sleep-deprived haze. Diya's stomach churns with dread as she finally walks into the biology class. God, why does every single biology class look like this? This is exactly what my biology class looked like. It's exactly what my biology class looked like. The table and everything. Oh my god. I could smell the freaking, what's it called? I forgot the name. You know, what they put the dead pig? That kind of material or chemical to store those dead pig. I smell it. I don't want to smell it. It's here! The period of doom! To her surprise, she finds Min leaning against her desk, waiting for her. Oh my god. Why are you here? You're about to do your presentation right. Min-Seo! Min-Seo ne! The moves! Min-Seo! Min-Seo. This is dangerous. Especially in high school. This kind of thoughtfulness is good. I thought I'd swing by and try to pump you up for it. Oh, thanks. How do you feel? I'm so nervous my stomach hurts. Tums! You need Tums. Tums. Even forgot to eat my gummy vitamins this morning. Each day, Diya looks forward to eating 2 gummy vitamins. Min gives her a hand a reassuring squeeze. It'll be okay. You're gonna kill it. You're so cute. There's no way the teacher can give you a bad grade. I don't think it works like that, but okay. If the teacher really graded like that, he'd be in jail. Yeah. That would be bad. It's bad. Well, if I were in charge, I'd give you an A. Anything I can do to help? Can I have a hug and a kiss? Yeah, of course. Won't people see, though? It's an emergency! Min's face lights up and she eagerly envelops Diya in a tight, warm hug. You guys are so cute! You guys are so cute! Min pulls her in for a kiss, but Diya rears back when she smells cigarette smoke on her breath. Because Diya's so tall, when she doesn't want Min to kiss her at all, she has to do it stand up straight. Oh, I see. Yuck, were you smoking again? Huh? Yeah. You should stop. It's bad for you. Didn't you ever see a DARE presentation in elementary school? They came to my class and it was so scary I pledged not to do drugs or peer pressure forever. You don't think it looks badass? No! Dare to resist drugs and violence. They put those DARE message before like a arcade game. Stuff like that. I remember. I had a little eraser that was DARE. Yeah. I guess it worked for me. I don't do the drugs. How'd you even start doing it? I don't even drink, man. How'd you even start doing it? Back in Florida, I mostly hung out with a group of guys who smoked. And we'd set things on fire and do other dangerous stuff. God, this one is like somebody I know. This one is so much like somebody I know. So much like somebody I know. It's like ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm really glad she's over here with me now. But those guys aren't here anymore, so why keep doing it? It was a pain to get the cigarettes in the first place, and stores won't sell to people under 18. So it feels like a waste not to use them. And I thought it'd make me look hot. You look hot when your hair's all messed up from kissing me. Not when your mouth tastes bad and I can't even kiss you. Noelle scowls as she sits down at her desk. You're seriously still smoking? You need to get your life in order. I don't need to hear from you too. I don't even do it that often. Aren't you going to be tardy for your class? The bell's going to ring in a minute. Oh shit, I better run. Go, I'll live, probably. Tell me how it goes later. It's bad to smoke, especially when you're that young. It's bad. Your body's still growing and developing. Your brain is still doing stuff. You cannot be smoking, yo. Don't smoke, kids. Well, don't smoke, adults do. Don't give the tobacco industry any of your hard-earned cash, okay? Min sprints off. Seconds later, the bell rings. But I swear to God, I know somebody who's just like Min. It's scary. It's scary. Do you think she made it? I couldn't care less. Min is so cool, but I hope she stops smoking. They say people don't change, but I hope that's not true. It's too sad if it is. People do change, but it has to come intrinsically from themselves, you know what I'm saying? Like, saying don't smoke to somebody is not going to really change anything. They have to believe it in their own, and want to change on their own, you know? As another group starts presenting in the front of the class, Diya wipes her clammy palms on her hoodie. We're gonna get called up any minute now. Oh God, they don't even ask who wants to go first. I always still, me. I wanna go first. Get my suffering done. Diya, please try not to panic. When you're not speaking, you can hide behind me if you have to. Just don't bolt off. Okay. Can I hide behind you too? No. No fair. How come Diya gets to put on me? There's no reason for you to. We'll look like we're doing those dances where everyone's standing behind one person and waving their arms. That's what I thought of. And you better not do that horrendous British accent. Why not? It'll be a hit. More like a hit on our grade. Accents are a popular example of divergent evolution. But we need to do stuff to spice up our presentation. It's drier than Sahara Desert. So, this is a biology project, not a circus performance. Before Noelle can press Akarsha any further, the group finishes their presentation to scattered applause. Alright, it's our turn. Come on, Diya, let's do this. Diya feels like she's having an out-of-body experience as she follows Noelle and Akarsha into the front of the class. As Noelle brings up their PowerPoint from the computer, Diya hides behind her and nervously looks out the class sitting before them. Don't do that! You can't look at the class! You have to look at the ceiling. I would look, I don't know if you can see. I would look like right there. You look above heads. You don't make any eye contact with anyone, especially not the teacher. And you just try to say your words as slow as possible, because when you're nervous, you speak double speed. So I try to say it as slow as possible. Don't even blink. Just keep looking at that one spot and say it all until you're done, and then you just kind of black out and go sit down. I should have worn clothes that blended in with the classroom better so no one could see me. Like beige colored. I should have thought of that earlier. No, it's okay. It's over. It's curtains for me. Hello everyone. We've been tasked with reviewing the patterns of macroevolution. The audience begins to nod as soon as Noelle flicks to a slide with an essay crammed onto it in 10-point font. Let's begin with the obvious question. What is macroevolution? To understand this, we must first consider. By the time Noelle is done droning on with her last tome of a slide, the half of the classroom is asleep. That's the other thing. Is anyone really paying attention with group presentations? Not really. So, that's what I would tell myself. No one's paying attention to you. Just say it and go. Akarsha shakes her head and sighs as she clicks to the first slide. It opens with an illustration of a finch's head. Aye, so, divergent evolution. What is this? An explosion sound effect plays as 5 more finches with their different beak shapes blast onto the screen, jolting the classmates back awake. It's when populations of common ancestor adapt to different pressures and become more different over time. Just like how your average oh god, I can't do this accent. Just like how your average New Yorker talks like this, different from over here. I'm so sorry, New Yorkers. She just switched from a British accent to a New York one. Oops, I didn't do the British one, it's fine. Oh well, maybe the teacher will think it's funny. You can let the slide, Noelle. Just hold on until after the presentation's over. Actually, accents don't count as divergent evolution. New Yorkers aren't another species from us. They're not so different that they can't produce fertile offspring with other humans. But if they keep things up at this rate, that might change. You know who I think of when I think of this accent is the, not Metis, what was her name? Oh my god, what is her name? Not Metis, I keep thinking Metis. I guess Metis and who? Lapras. Lapras? 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 You know, that one. With the Osaka accent and they made her like a New Yorker. Think about it. Would you reproduce with someone who talks like this? Yeah, I don't really care. What? I don't see how that's relevant. Just admit your example is invalid already. I just don't want to live over there. No offense. No offense, East Coast. It's just too cold for me. I can't live like that. Oh, yeah? I love the stock photo stuff too. Akarsha clicks the mouse. A stock photo of a gravestone appears on a slide with pinwheel transition. What if that was your gravestone? What then? Did you add this to the PowerPoint just to use as a comeback? The class giggles as Akarsha clowns through her slides, but Diya's stomach turns as they stare at the front of the room with renewed interest. I don't want to be here. I wish I could time travel to 30 minutes from now. And with that, I pass things over to my buddy Diya. It's bad. I feel like they should have switched, right? Noelle goes first, puts everyone to sleep, and then Diya goes, no one's paying attention, and then Akarsha can end it. I think so. And I gotta close with the strongest one too, you know. Is this a little cow? It's a little cow. When Diya doesn't move from her hiding spot behind Noelle, Noelle steps to the side, exposing her to the audience view. Diya takes deep, shaky breaths before quickly rattling off speech she's mentally rehearsed hundreds of times over the past 24 hours. Why is this me? This is so me. This is me. Convergent evolution is the independent evolution of similar traits in species that only are distantly related. For example, giant pandas have 6 fingers and their thumbs are opposable like primates. Some similar features are called analogous structures. After barreling through her slide in a matter of seconds, Diya quickly flips to the next one, her hands shaking from nerves. Another example of convergent evolution are bats and bees. Birds and bats are 2 groups of evolved flight independently. She manages to zoom through the rest of the presentation in a minute flat. This is too real. After her classmates give a tepid round of applause, Diya follows Noelle and Akarsha back to her seat in a daze. Well, at least that's over with. It's over! I'm free! See? That wasn't so bad, was it? Actually, it was. I think I'll be quiet for the rest of the day to recover from that. I understand. After school. I understand. This was in college. I don't remember what the heck class it was for, but it was one of those like persuasive debate? It doesn't matter. I had to take a side where I said that animal experimentation was okay, and this was assigned to me, and I had to do it, and I do not feel like that, and it makes me really stressed out, and I had to look up all these really, really sad things. And then I gave a presentation where I had researched something, and some article had said that cats don't really care that the baby gets taken away. Like, they don't warn the baby if the baby gets taken away. And I have never had a pet, so I have never experienced this. I didn't know. I just took the thing for its word, you know? I believed the internet, okay? Then, in the middle of my presentation that I was already sweating bullets over, the teacher interrupted me and said, oh, excuse me. Actually, it isn't true. It isn't true that cats don't actually miss their offspring. Like, when cats are separated from their babies, they actually have a mourning process, and they get really sad, and they cry about it. And I cannot tell you the feeling that I felt in that moment, because the news of that was really sad to me, and I'm already defending something I don't like. I didn't have a comeback. I just said, oh, I see. Waiting, there's an awkward pause, and then trying to not cry in class because of the sad news and being interrupted. And then I just completely went on with my presentation that was kind of proven wrong by the teacher. I passed the class, but one of the most mortifying moments in my whole life. Very, very bad. Very, very, very bad. To Diya's relief, the weather clears up just in time for the baseball club meeting. Oh, it's gonna be all muddy on the field, and you're wearing white. Sakura goes up to bat, and Diya readies herself to catch Min's next pitch. Besides Min's signature knuckle, the only pitch she knows is fastball. It's pretty mediocre compared to her knuckleball, so she rarely uses it except for practice like this. Min hurls one of those fastballs to Sakura. Sakura flinches as she gets drilled on the shoulder by the baseball. Ow! Shit, oops. You okay over there? Yeah, I'm good. I don't think that broke anything. Walk it off. At least if this were a game, you get to head over to first base as a consolation prize. Wait, so getting hit is like a free pass to first base? It's not free, it hurts! Sakura walks it off, rubbing her shoulder. Akarsha eagerly takes her place with it. We already know what she's gonna do. Min throws a pitch her way, but instead of swinging the bat, Akarsha purposely leans in and towards the ball. It narrowly misses her, and Diya manages to recover from her surprise in time to catch it. What the F's wrong with you? I'm becoming a hit-by-pitch specialist. If I can master getting beamed as much as possible, it'll guarantee I always make it to first base. Why would you do that instead of just hitting the ball? Hitting the ball is so fun. Hit me. I know you want to. Stop making this weird. Homophobic hate crime? What? The B in LGBT stands for baseball? Just saying. Yeah, well, I think the B is for bitch. Having lost her patient, Min beams Akarsha on purpose. Owie! If you keep this up, the B in LGBT is going to stand for broken bones. I like this. I like this. After practice, Diya slings a big equipment bag over each of her shoulders and hauls them to the locker room. I'm being so helpful. Diya is so pure. I hope somebody notices how many bags I'm carrying. Wow, Diya, you're carrying 2 bags at once. Thank you for helping. Diya happily heads up the hill with a spring in her step. Say, Diya, do you watch The Bachelor? Oh god. Bewildered, Diya shakes her head. What is that, a show? I don't watch much TV except Sports, Animal Planet, and Discovery Channel. So when people talk about movies and shows, I usually don't know any of them. You should try it. We need more people to talk about it with. My mom and I started watching this season and we're obsessed. Don't get me started on The freaking Bachelor. Don't get me started on The Bachelor. Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. What's it about? Don't even get me started. Basically, 30 women try to date the same guy at the same time. Each week, the guy eliminates some of them until finally he proposes to the last one standing. My mom would definitely never watch that with me. She'd be so scandalized. Your mom likes watching shows like this. Yeah, she's the one who got me into it first. She spread it to us like a virus, and now we're infected too. That is how The Bachelor spreads. It is a virus. The way you put that makes it sound like a zombie apocalypse. Wish I had something like that with my parents. Oh, Diya, this is sad. I feel like I have nothing in common with them. This is sad. They don't try to get you into things they like? Not really. For instance, I initially got into baseball because my dad is, well... Alright, there's no nice way to put this. My dad's really weird? Huh? There's definitely could have been a nicer way to put that. Whenever he drives, he makes us listen to radio broadcasts of Mariners games. The Mariners! You're not even from Seattle! Ichiro is an incredible player, though. Oh, I know this man. But he's a weirdo. The guy only decided to stay in Seattle because his dog told him to. Huh? How did the dog tell him? So, I would stay in Seattle if my dog told me to, too. He does grow on you. They're all such strange little guys. I think that's just your Stockholm Syndrome speaking. Who knows? Maybe it is. As for my mom, her thing is Madonna CDs. I could sing every word of True Blue since kindergarten. Isn't the first song about a teenage girl not wanting to get an abortion? I didn't say I understood every word. What? I don't know any. No, that's not true. I know some Madonna songs. Maybe listening to all that Madonna did something to you as a little kid. Excuse me? What was that? I take it back. I take it back. I have no clue what kind of music my mom likes. All I know is which songs she hated on the radio. And she doesn't know what kind of music I like either. Or my favorite movie or my favorite color or anything like that. I've known her my whole life and we don't even know basic facts about each other. Ah, that is sad, yo. That's so sad. I want to have a good relationship with my parents too. This is hard. I think having that, like, there's a certain culture shock within your family, right? If you have immigrant parent that maybe like, because they didn't go to school here either. So then certain thing, it makes it kind of hard. I don't know. Especially because I feel like American culture is very, what's the word? Strong? Strong? But, and very different, I think, to, especially like Eastern culture, just in general. This is a super generalization, but you know what I mean. Like independent kind of we do things for ourselves kind of American spirit versus like a very collectivistic kind of approach. It can be hard, I think. Diya listens to her teammates chat as she changes out of her baseball uniform. Yeah! Don't look at my hairy legs! I haven't shaved for like 2 days. You shave that often? I just do it when it starts looking gnarly. Your hair's not all coarse and gross like mine. I have to do it every other day or I start looking like a gorilla. Girls are supposed to shave? Huh? That's okay. I mean, like, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. I've always wondered why no one's leg hair is really obvious except for mine. That must be the secret! Oh! Good thing I'm wearing long pants to cover up my legs. Well, it's okay, Diya. It's just kind of things. You shouldn't let people shame you about your body. You know what I mean? Although, like, society definitely does for women. Like, you shouldn't, though. If you want to have a hairy leg, have those hairy legs. Do it, whatever. Suddenly self-conscious, Diya inspects her arm hair. Even my arm hair. Oh my god, this is, like, so real, though. I think this is when you have this moment. I had this moment in junior high, though, where I was like, oh my god, I have hair on my arm. What if people think I'm a man? Because it's like, girl, everyone has hair on their arm, okay? Everyone has hair on their arm. It's okay. Even my arm hair is pretty obvious. My hair is just all really thick and dark. There's even hair on my fingers. Is that normal? Yes. We all have hair on our finger. One time I burned myself a little bit, and now this finger has no hair anymore. I like burned off the hair follicles. I don't know why. I haven't. Maybe everyone's secretly judging me when they see it. No, don't say that. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So that's gonna do it for today. Hope you enjoyed. I always have fun playing this game. This game, it brings up past things. It makes you, it reminds you of things that, like how you were in high school. It's fun. It's fun. And characters are always very precious and dear. It's very good to get to see and hang out with all of them. Yes. So, until I see you, whatever, see you next, remember to be kind to others, especially yourself. Take care and I'll see you later. Okay, bye-bye.